seekers. At the level you are, okay, you have recognized it's okay, I cannot function from my head, and I have to trust more my heart, that it gives you the capability of transmission, or receiving transmission.
Okay.
So what that means is all the years of experience you have with your sadhana and so on, you are obliged to walk more innocently and receive the emanations of the earth and the heart to guide you.
I had an experience like that last. Well, it's very shamanic. It's what we've
It's
always
very
more
shamanic,
done.
yeah. It's
But
to live the teachings.
Mm.
You start to live the teachings. So it's, what was the experience?
It started slowly in the morning, Saturday, and it told me I needed to do a water ceremony. So I had water already that had ashes in them. So I thought, okay, I'll go to the river. But I got no information and after I knew I had to bring incense and then chop an apple. And so I did that, and I was, okay, so where am I going? It was not the river, it was not along the highway where the construction is, so I started scanning, and then it said, okay, go to Catherine's place. I said, oh, well, that's easy, there's a lake behind. So I go and talk to Catherine to see where the access is to the lake. And so I had to walk in the woods with a lot of snow. And then there was a skidoo trail. And then at one point, it was like the lake was still far. And there were 2 trees. And there was a gate. And there was a real fence, a gate, but with no, like usually it's attached to something, but it was a gate in the middle of nowhere with no attachments. And I thought, my God, there's too much snow, I cannot open it. So, and it's too high, I cannot go over it. So I started going, can't go, you actually cannot cross the gate. So I said, okay, so wait for information to come. And then there was a little fir tree, the kind of Christmas tree, just behind the big tree that was standing, posting the gate. So it was that tree that needed the ceremony. So I gave the water, and there was ashes left, so I made a circle. Actually, it's very similar to the symbol that you made. It's not a full circle. And I put the 2 incense sticks. And it was funny because when I was deciding which incense to bring, I thought, oh, well, I'll bring this one and the package. So it was, no, you just bring one of each. So, and then, also before I left home, a portion of the apples needed for the blue jays, and I needed to put in a pine tree. That has been the tree that needs a lot of song. I sing several times a day to that, per week to that tree. And then I was wondering, oh, well, maybe the apples under the tree are for the deer, but no answer. And I thought, okay, is the ceremony finished? And it was unusual because the tree was not talking. Usually I communicate a lot with the Christmas tree. So I said, well, I don't have anything left to give to the lake. Anyway, I go to the lake anyway. And as I go, there's 2 cottages on between the little trail and the lake, but they're not lived in the wintertime. There's no tracks, it's not cleared. I get to the second one, and the sign, the family name of the people who own the cottage is called The Waters. So by then I knew the ceremony was finished. I didn't need to go to the lake. I come back, and then the tree told me that the apples are for the fairies. So I go back to where the car was behind the Catherine's, and I thought that was finished. And since I've done the emotions Kriya, every day I write a bit in the journal in the evening. And I thought it the kind of writing I was doing most of the time was boring, just writing what I've done in the day. And I thought, how uninspiring. And then 3 days later, the pen wrote, I want to write a poem. So I wrote a poem, and I thought, okay, well, the poem is finished. But the pen wanted to keep going, and I drew the tree, and then the snow, and then the hill, and then there was text coming, and it was thanking me for the ceremony because it helped prevent that a little girl's shooting star go away. So what I understood was that there was a little girl who maybe her soul was going away or she was going to die, and the fact that the ceremony was there, it anchored her in the heart, in the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the mystery. She reveals, for example, when we went to Quebec and we just stopped there and did the ceremonies, and in some parts they will reveal why, and in some other parts it was not our business. The information was not given or not complete. So the heart holds certain mystery, but the impulse that we feel, it may be rational, or we may want to accommodate our rationality to the event, and that it should not be, because in the ceremonial way, one ceremony leads to another one, and it leads to another one that is not necessarily in the same frequency.
Okay.
Let's say ceremonies are for us to give, to receive the energy, to invite energies and frequencies in our bodies, and at the same time to give our acknowledgement to the different worlds. So let's say you are working with one ray, with one world, and you perform several ceremonies if it's the water, then is in the realms of the waters on earth. So that heals your waters, your kidneys, your kapha, all that, right? So the head may say it was for this or for that or for it, but it's a continuous strengthening of that frequency. It's a continuous awakening, and it's a continuous evolution. It's a continuous purity. It purifies that frequency, the ceremonies, the internal ceremonies. Of course, the more powerful ceremony we do is our sadhana. This is that initiation into holiness, into purity, into sattvic, into availability to divinity. So just your job is simply to recognize when you are in your head and how you what expression. It could be subtle, like one thought, police told me that I should not write my thing there with that card there, or my teacher told me that I have to drop those. So that your own freshness, not even thoughts, your thoughtlessness can have the intelligence of the ceremony, can have the intelligence of living your life in a ceremonial way. It just makes sense. It's an opening towards a complete different laws of the head and the heart. And seems to me that the fluidity of the waters spirits is the ones that you're working with. You know?
And it's been like that for a while.
Yeah. Well, the grace, face to grace, is about fluidity, water, beauty. You know, it's just that you see all the snow and you go, wow, these guys are amazing.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, one of the questions was like, in the rays that we studied, okay, we have the sky and we have the earth, but where's the fire in the rays? Like the elementals, where are they? Fire with Saint Germain, I imagine?
In general, the elements of heat is represented in the world by the element of fire, and all of that in the rings of the bodies. There are some that are more hot than other ones. The earth are cooling, and the soul bodies are hotter.
Oh, the soul bodies are hotter.
Yeah, it's from the sky.
Okay.
So the sky is hot, the earth is cool. The spirits of the sky. That's why when I channel up, it's boiling, sweat. And when it's the earth, it's chilly, it's cooling.
It's interesting because when I do the integral and I go down, sometimes it's so hot, like the spine is burning.
You're purifying, or you're hitting some of the soul bodies there that I mean. So, see, in each, let's say the ray is this, but this little mark here is one of the bodies. There are 12 of those. So, and in each one is a gate, and in each one is a keeper, and in each one, in this band, it is a realm. It is a world itself. So each one have their own laws, their own heat, their own thing. It's a universe itself. So the more solid is the flame we see, and the less solid them is the tejas and the intelligence and all the qualities of the tejas. So with this initiation and a self-assessment that you're doing, so okay, this is my work this year. Is more to consolidate and to move from the head towards the heart, which you have been doing, but it seems like this year you are more courageous to make a bigger jumps. So that is a big initiation, which will put you, it will be very enhance it with the pilgrimage, because it really is, we are in the land of the heart to start with. We are in the specific spot of, some grids on earth, and we are in the land where the Siddhas, the seekers of Ayurveda, born. So all those vibrations will come to us, or we will receive it from the real source of all those Siddhas and those seekers. All that knowledge that is in the air, and touch and truth, stimulated by the school, by the teachers who is still representing that vibration. But you are not learning from the head. You could not, we can sit in the classroom, but we can receive the whole emanation of the teacher like this, and the knowledge. Right? So, but only if you are vibrating in the heart. And that's the exercise we will do in the meditations and in the teachings to help to be innocent, relaxed.
Okay.
It only comes when we are relaxed. So
that's why it's so important to receive the treatment.
yeah.
Did you notice they give facials?
Yes.
So I sent him an email and he didn't respond. So I found the form somewhere else on the site. So I filled the form. I said, I already wrote to you, but here is the form, and he has not acknowledged, and that's been
No, because he said that he's. I think it's in the blog. I wrote it that is $130 for
135. But
35
it's just like the
for body
acknowledgement.
work.
But you also told us to contact
Yes,
him to let
yes,
him know we're
yes,
coming.
yes.
So that's
Yeah, coming, but no body work.
okay.
It looks like it's more spontaneous.
Okay. But it's for the accommodation, especially that
Yeah,
I was
it's
hoping. So
yeah.
I would like to have a room on that location, because I've been thinking, the living in a home is, if it's a little bit like a bed and breakfast, it's very limiting. Curfew time. Anyway, previous experience. And also,
I have the feeling that we will arrive on whatever it is there, and we have the freedom to move. So
yeah.
we'll make better choices when we see
When
the
we
choices.
see, yeah.
So,
yeah.
I know that arriving to a family, Indian family, you know how beautiful host they are.
Yeah.
So, and also to orientate us. Geographically and
where are they
guides and friends, and we can make connections, more rewarding connections than if we are alone in our hotel. But if we find that it's too much or whatever, we have the freedom and so. But anyway, I just want to address the transmissions, which you are very much capable, and your heart wants it.
Yeah.
Your heart is ready, but your head is showing you the consequences of just being in that. So all the events you had in these 3 weeks, discern them and see, it's okay, what was the thought, the head thought, instead of just the lesson of patience and that. Those are the consequences that you need to deal with over and over if you are in your head. So yes, you mature the virtue of patience, but it's not really working on the core of your position. You need to just change positions, locations from head to heart. And it's much more simple than, okay, I will learn all the virtues of patience and communication. Because it's just like moving from one room to another one.
Okay.
You may still have to exercise patience and other virtues in the other room, but it's a complete different dynamic. In one room you are dealing with ABC, and in the other room you're dealing with LMG. So it's a different way of perception is the key. So what I suggest is that go back to your notes and see what was the thought, like simple like that. Police told me that I should not write this, and I follow that automatically. That's a head thing.
Okay.
My teacher told me that I should do this, then I follow it. That's what you're trying to break through. That's what you're saying. No, I cannot follow you anymore. But it's not following me. It's following what you think.
Is you. Or the advice.
I say, or the advice. That's why you don't need to put the relationship in any stress, because it's not about the relationship.
Right.
So So that I think the pilgrimage will enhance it, because it's a topic that you love. It's alchemy. It's,
and it's strange because until you said that today, I didn't have a clear sense really of what the whole point of the pilgrimage was about. And the only thing that was exciting me was the new meditation. I don't even know why, of course, but there was, I don't know, it seemed like a flower, like 3 petals and 3 petals and 3 petals. But the fear of like the heat and humidity, and I weighed myself for the first time in several years, and I'm back to the weight that I had when I divorced. So the 50 pounds I lost in the past 15 years, I've all gained back. So that extra weight, that extra water, when it's hot and humid, it's like...
Did you check the weather?
No, but I thought you wrote that it was hot and humid area.
And this time of the season is only 17.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So. And I was wondering also, because it's warmer, it won't be like in when we were in the north part
in Amritsar.
In Amritsar. I'm wondering what kind of hat, because I don't want to have a wool hat. My hair is so thick and I'm so hot in the first place with my hair.
Well, what they do there is they put the little scarves.
Oh, okay.
Good cat. I think the Machu Picchu hat may be good. Was too hot. Or straw hat.
A straw hat? Yeah, maybe I should get a straw hat. Machu Picchu is so touristic. Like it fits well in Machu Picchu, but I'm not sure. And it is hot.
Yes, it is.
The weave is thick.
Well, check the weather, and
I was thinking also, because I don't have a lot of clothes, is there places to shop and buy? Okay. Well, it's also part of it, depending on what the program is. I have 5 dresses, like the white outfits. I don't want to bring anything else.
No. I think for the Indian clothing, we can make them there. There's no shopping malls. You just go and they made it for you. And that part of India is less Punjabs like this. There's more saris.
Wow.
So we may need to consider that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we can find anything.
Mm-hmm.
Including Western clothing,
because I would like to have this dress in white.
I know.
That's gorgeous. And it's the same one that I was wearing at Christmas, the yellow. Same, very much same pattern, but the fabric and the design and the colors are so different. It looks like a different dress.
Yeah, we can find some
cotton like that. But I thought if I brought this one to give them as a pattern, they can do it there, because this is a complicated dress. It doesn't look complicated, but it's the angle of the fabric is very different from normal. So, and it's getting old. It doesn't keep its shape well, but still, I love it.
It's beautiful. Yeah, print the models that you want to. Yeah, so that's my advice, that when we sit in the classrooms and so on, you look beyond the head. There's a logic aspect, but it's also a vibration of the place and the representatives.
Okay.
And it happens in just by being there in a relaxed way, but conscious of what we're invoking. So writing the journey of your year, because it's really living more in the void, the mystery, and the knowledge of the mystery.
That's when it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when life revealed to you one piece at a time, right? It won't show you traits of thoughts that are, okay, I will do this first and then this and that. No, it will be, get you incense, get you apple, walk there, go there. And as you do it, it will unfold. That's what I was telling in meditation. You put one step, and until you put the next step, you don't know where you're landing. That's the law of the new earth. That's the law of the earth, of the heart.
And yet, I have to put out the newsletter. I have to do the calls.
Oh, of course,
and that's very much driven by the head.
It's a logic, of course. You do what you need to do in that, but it's how you live those things. It's how you are led. Those activities of writing and so on, they have a impulse behind, right? And it's not something that you often do. Well, I feel like it's not a feeling, it's a knowing. It's what you were describing about.
Yeah, that experience.
No?
It's like,
it's not like, oh, I feel that I should do my newsletter this month. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a feeling. It's once you are in, it's a spontaneous activity. You almost don't know that it's happening.
And that's how I would like the writing of your newsletter to be. It's like in the morning I wake up and I would like to be in that state already.
Well, that's where you want to go, and the karma of the month is showing you where you are in front of that topic, so you don't put a higher expectations of where you are.
It's funny, Jenny told me the same thing two nights ago.
You have to higher expectations, then you are bullying yourself. It's the doing without doing, it's the knowing without knowing. It's a step of the seeker of trust, surrender, service, devotion, fun, mystery, availability. Those would be the key words.
Yeah. Well, the fun part tonight, I'm having a party. Have you heard about it? I didn't send you the invitation because you're always so busy, but it's, I didn't want to tell people it was my birthday party. It's like, let's get together and create wish cards. So I said, bring your inks, your coloring pencils, bring your cards and a little bit of munchies, and I'll provide the stuff to drink. And
okay, your birthday soon, no?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Was yesterday. I knew it was this month, so I sent that.
Yeah, you sent that card. I said, it's a little bit ahead, but I'll take it anyway. But it's gorgeous.
Is it not gorgeous?
It's
I saw it and said, I'll send that to some you. Because I hold all the month girls and boys, right? But I don't have the details. So I sent that to some you. They're so beautiful.
So amazing. So you buy that that service?
It's great.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. Talking about pictures and things like that, when you buy Constant Contact, you buy the archives, do you buy also the extra space for pictures? You know how you're limited to 5 pictures, and yes, when you create one email, you use, let's say, 3 pictures. Next email, you add more pictures, and it says you're limited to 5. So it's another $5 to buy more space to keep the pictures there, because if you remove the picture, it disappears from your file in the archive. So people go, they see the whole text, but the picture is no longer there.
I don't have that feature. That must be the new ones.
Okay. I was quite disappointed because I thought if they want you to buy the archive and there's so many pictures in one email, why don't they tell you right away, or do they charge like already the place? So I told the guy who had set me up, I said like, why did you not tell me that?